Welcome back to Adventures with Rosie, and welcome to Ruby Bay. How beautiful is this? This is our home for the next few nights. If you didn't see the last few videos, we were touring around with Chelsea's family. We went up Kaiteri, Abel Tasman National Park, had a beautiful time in there. Then went up to Golden Bay, and now we've come back down to Nelson. And Nelson's actually just across the harbour there. Come back down to Nelson, and we're going to spend the next week here around the Nelson area because my mum's in town. She's here on coming down for a course, and she arrives in a couple of days time, so we thought we'll hang out with her. We'll spend some time with her in the evenings when she's not doing her course, and kind of float around the Nelson area for a week or so, and then head back to the west coast. We need to go back to the west coast to check something out that we missed the first time, that everyone said you got to go there, you got to go there, the really top part of the west coast. So we're going to go and do that before winter sets in. But yeah, home for the next few nights here in Ruby Bay. Quite an interesting little beach here at Ruby Bay. There's kind of all these neat coloured, like pinky coloured rocks and giant shells. Now we've picked the most terrible time to come to the beach, haven't we, Chelsea? Chelsea checked the forecast about 5 minutes before we arrived, and we're in for 5 days of rain. We are a bit better prepared for rain this time because we've got our winter box, we've got gumboots, etc. But not ideal. I said to her, should we just turn around and go somewhere else? And she said, well, we've got to go somewhere in the rain, in the caravan, right? Unless we drive to another part of the country that's not raining. So we might as well be at the beach. Well, it's starting to get rather grey and cloudy here. The funny thing here is there's this huge cliff behind us, and the sun has already set behind that cliff, and it's only 3 o'clock in the afternoon, so we'll lose the sun and the solar a few hours early, but hey, it's only for a few days. So we are parked here, nice big grass area, and behind me is a playground. So no other kids here by the looks of things, so playground to ourselves. So in terms of costs to stay here at the Mckee Memorial Reserve, it is $8 per adult per night. Our app actually said $6. The NZMCA travel app said $6 per person per night. We arrived and the sign said $8. So yeah, there's a camp sort of custodian here, and she has FPOST as well, and it lives in a caravan down there, so you can use your card instead of trying to find coins. But a little bit more expensive than the NZMCA parks. I know, I'm sorry, I always bang on about them, but they're $3 an adult a night, and they're pretty good for spending a week there and not breaking the bank, right? So yeah, but I mean, this is right by the water. The water's literally just over past those trees there, and there are toilets and showers here, and also dump station, big playground, kind of fire pit, so you can light fires here as well, which is kind of cool. Although there's a sign over there that says total fire ban. There's these kind of like barbecue pit things in the ground, but yeah, pretty nice for the weekend, I reckon. We wouldn't stay here for weeks on end, you know, just because it's a little bit more expensive than what we used to. Now just down the road is a small town called Mapua, a really cool looking sort of coastal town. There's some cool looking cafes there, art galleries, that sort of thing. Similar vibe to Raglan, I reckon, if you've ever seen us go there, but quite a bit smaller. There's no camping down there. It's literally 5 minutes down the road there, maybe 10. There's no camping there, except there's one place that says on the app, clothing optional. That's the first time we've seen clothing optional on the app. I'm guessing it's a nudist camp, and so yeah, we thought, no, we'll come up here instead. It was kind of down a long gravel driveway just outside of the little town, so you couldn't really see what was going on there. Not that I was trying to have a look, just that, you know, I guess it was out of the way, clothing optional. We thought, oh, it's probably fine, but yeah, no offense if you're a nudist, by the way. I'm not saying anything about nudists or anything like that. I just don't want 1,000 questions from Harvey about what are those and what are those and why do those hang so low and that sort of thing. So yeah, this will do for the next few nights. Well, good morning. The rain is still holding off.
Barely.
Thankfully. We checked the forecast again this morning and we have a severe rain warning for the next 24 hours. So we've come down to the Mapua wharf we talked about yesterday, and we're just going to have a coffee, hang out, stretch our legs before the rain sets in. Well, the rain held off all day, which was nice. We went to town, did some chores. Harvey spent some pocket money. What'd you get?
Remote control car.
He got a remote control car. He got one of these a while ago for Christmas, I believe, and then I had to go with it and broke it. So I'm not going to touch this one. Just for you, mate. We also got a stack of batteries. The downside is it's just started to rain now, so we'll have to put the awning out so you can remote control car in the dark.
Tidy, 15 years. The one hand doing wipe and the one hand thumbs up.
Hey guys, so a bit of a change of scenery today. We have come over to the Richmond Motorhome Caravan Club. It's right by the A&P showgrounds. We've seen it a couple of times driving past, and we managed to snag a powered site for $20 a night. We've got some bad weather coming up, so we figure we're probably not going to get much solar this week. It's also got laundry, rubbish bins, dump station on site, so we figure we'll stay here for a couple of days. We're about to head off to the airport to pick up Bronson's mum for a wee visit, so that'll be great.
So you can see behind me all the people that are staying here, and we've got a site under the trees here. There's a few of them right here, powered sites, water right there, dump station as well. A little bit more expensive than where we were, right? $20 a night here, but town is literally 2 minutes that way, Nelson. So where we were going to stay this week in Motueka is a half an hour commute, so we would have been coming back and forth half an hour at a time to come and see mum anyway. So the money we save on petrol we'll just spend staying closer to town, I guess. We also need to do laundry and grocery shopping and stuff, so good, nice and handy to town. Well, the rain has well and truly set in now. As it was forecasted, we kind of knew what we were getting in for. We've got a lake in front of the caravan though, check that out. It's growing by the hour as well. Thankfully where the caravan is not in the water, we can kind of park our car alongside the awning to get in and out and get the girls out without getting them wet and muddy, but yeah, hopefully that lake doesn't grow overnight. We've got no plans for the next few days. I do have to venture out this afternoon and dump tanks and do some washing, so yeah, one of us is going to get wet. Other than that, we're just going to hang out with mum. We've just picked her up, just hanging out in the caravan. Heater's on, jug's on, so nice and toasty in there. Just let mum catch up with the grandkids, and yeah, kind of nice to have no plans on a rainy day like today. Well, thank you for watching this video. A bit chilled out. I know we didn't really have any massive adventures or anything, but that's part of it, right? We're going to show you our lives every week, and some weeks are like this, and we just hang out, we find a nice beach, and we sit in mud for the rest of the week.
It was actually quite nice being in a town that we've spent a bit of time in before.
That's true, yeah.
You know, we didn't have to think about where the supermarket or petrol station or dump station or anything was. We could just chill out a bit and not rush around and try and see everything before we move on. So that was quite nice, a slower pace.
Yeah, and it's not, I mean, we've also got jobs to do, right? Like we've got laundry to do and groceries and filling tanks and all that sort of thing. It just takes time. So obviously we don't bother filming all that because you don't need to see us grocery shopping. Everyone does it. So the plan from here is to go to the West Coast. I thought maybe you should think in the plan for this afternoon. We are trying to line up some sun, basically. If you've seen our previous videos, we went to the West Coast. We had, 2 weeks over there?
Yeah.
And we had rain for like
2
most
weeks.
of 2 weeks. And mud. We had so much mud around the caravan. It was an interesting time. And we've heard from people that, hey, you missed a certain spot of the West Coast, kind of north of Westport. You need to head back over there. So we're lining up some sunshine days.
Forecast looks good.
Yeah. So we're heading to the West Coast. So make sure you stay tuned for that. And thank you as always for watching.
Thank you.